Everything you're going to start is going to suck at the beginning. And on today's video, I'm just going to go over what it actually takes for you to find success when it comes about your relationship with God, your physique and your health, to become your highest self, to be the best version of yourself, to build discipline in your life. So today, the main topic is that everything is going to suck at the beginning. So to really start off into this, I just want to say that so many people think that you can skip steps, that you can desire something and just get it quick. It's not working. It's not working that way. You cannot skip steps. You cannot skip phases of your life. It's going to suck. When you start going to the gym, and maybe you start off just as I started, super skinny, being bullied for that. Or you suppose may start from the other side, from being fat and being made, again, fun of, being criticized. And you're going to go through phases of pain, of misunderstanding, of feeling cringe, feeling weird, feeling like nothing is working out for you. But I can promise you one thing, that if you keep putting one foot in the front of the other, even though nothing makes sense, you're going to find success. And it doesn't matter what that thing is. You're going to find success if you're willing to do that. So you have to switch your mindset from, I don't know if I'm going to get there, to I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get to those goals. I'm willing to do what nobody else is doing to achieve those goals. So when you're going to start going to the gym, you're going to feel criticized. You're going to feel cringe. I remember when I first time stepped into a gym and I was thinking that, everybody's judging me. Maybe somebody just looks at me and thinks, oh, look at that kid, how skinny he is. Look at his form. Look how bad his form is when he's doing XYZ exercise. And I get you. I've been in that point. I know exactly how it feels for nothing to make sense to you, for feeling super weird. I know exactly how it feels when everyone in my family was eating their own meals, because that's what I was doing as well. I was eating what my mother was cooking. And then suddenly I just switched up to prepping my meals, tracking calories and doing these new things. And also then I carried that on even at the school. And kids were like, look at him, he's prepping his meal, who he thinks he is. And they were making all sorts of judgments. But I did not listen to that. I kept continuing. And now these same people watch my content and be like, look at Daniel, what a physique he got, in what shape he is at his age, how disciplined he is. And they come to ask for advice. That's the crazy part. Everybody's going to make fun of you until you met success. When you met success, the same people are just going to watch your stories or your content, and they're not even going to like it. They just watch everything you do and say nothing. You silence them through your results. You let your results speak for themselves. And that's the best feeling ever. Now, coming back to this point is that it's going to suck. So you're going to go through stages of misunderstanding. You're going to go through phases of feeling cringe, feeling awkward, doing what nobody else is doing around you. And it's completely normal. You have to take this as something normal. Even though in your mind doesn't make sense that you're doing what nobody else around you is doing, still show up for yourself. And in time, you're going to get those results that you want. But you cannot listen to those intrusive thoughts who want to stop you, because people are going to try to stop you. When people are just trying to push all this negativity towards you, that's just something from them. That's coming from within them. It's not that you are the problem. It's their own insecurities that they try to push onto you. So they stop you from taking action. So you cannot listen to those criticism. You have to take that criticism and be like, I showed you that. I show you that I can do it. Be the one that changes the pattern. Be the one that is going to lead by example. You're going to feel uncertain about whether you do things good or you do them wrong when it comes about your exercises, when it comes about your diet, when it comes about your overall habits. You're just going to feel this uncertainty. You're just going to feel this weirdness. And it's completely okay. It's completely normal. Then you're going to go through a phase where you keep putting in the work and you start seeing results. Those are the ones that actually spark that motivation, which just keeps pushing you further. It's those small results that actually make you want to go harder, because you already have that vision in your mind of where you want to get, And that is the only thing that pushes you. Even though in the current realm that you are, in the current reality, you still don't have the results to show for, just by you having that vision, that's the only thing that drives you. And if you listen to that and you take action daily, you're going to get there. It's not promised when you're going to get there, but it's going to come in time if you keep showing up every single day and give your best. Because that's the only thing that is actually in your control, giving your best. The same thing goes when you start your walk with Christ. You're going to open up your Bible and you're going to feel that nothing makes sense. You're going to pray and you're going to be like, I can't hear anything. I can't hear God. Where is God? What is happening? No, nothing is actually happening. So you want to give up. That's the first thing that pops into your head, that you want to give up, that this makes no sense, but it does. If you keep showing up even with this, with everything, if you keep showing up and you give your best and you have intent with it, you have a structure, you have a game plan, each and every single day that you follow along, you're going to get the results. So when it comes about prayer, when it comes about your relationship with Jesus Christ, prayers are going to feel hollow. This walk is going to feel super strange, super awkward, that you're going to think that, again, you're going to be judged by other people who may drink, smoke, party, hook up, and you see the way they live and you don't want that, so you choose living for Christ. But as you start your walk with Christ, you're going to feel pulled off by this old group of friends. You're going to be like, why am I doing this? They make fun of me because I start praying, because I start reading my Bible, I may go to church, and they are going to make fun of me. They are not going to accept me anymore. And you have to be willing, just as I said previously, you have to be willing to do what no one else is doing. That's the mindset you need to have when it comes about your goals. So those people who are not going to accept you, in the first place, they don't even care about you. Those people who you just hang around to spend time with, that you think that they are good friends, they are not. I can promise you, if tomorrow you're going to be accused of something, of stealing, but you haven't stolen nothing, and that person has actually stolen the thing, those so-called friends, and then the police comes and asks that person, who is in charge for this? And they are going to blame you. First, second, as they can, they are going to trade you off. They do not care about you. And you can test this so easy. You can test it so easy. Just text somebody that you think is a friend and tell him that you need money because something bad happened in your family. Are they going to do that? And I can promise you that most of them are not going to be there for you. They do not care for you. They care for you only to make themselves feel good, that they are not alone, that they are doing bullshit together, right? Going to parties and doing all this garbage. So those are not friends. You have to cut them off. You have to remove them. And another thing, this path is going to be lonely. It's going to feel lonely. You're going to have days where you are just with yourself. Like, I remember, now I have a friend whom is like a brother to me, and this is pretty much all I have. I have my brotherhood, the community I have online, the Christian brotherhood that I have online, and my friend in person. That's it. These are the people that I actually have right now, and obviously my family. I don't have other friends whom I hang around. Like, literally all I do is work, train, look for my health, because if I sacrifice these early 20s and late 20s, I'm going to live the life I so much deserve. But most people think that, oh, let me just have fun now in my 20s. Let's just give in any desire I have, and then I'm going to be good. I'm going to get married at 30 or something, and then I'm going to be good. But you're not going to be good. You're going to live a miserable life. You're going to be left behind. So you gotta be willing, again, to do what nobody else is doing. This path is lonely. You're going to wake up, you're going to do your routine, you're going to eat your clean foods, and you're going to work. That's it. That's how you're going to level up. And you must be willing. That's the thing that actually shows who wants it and who just kind of wants it. This is the thing that actually separates winners from losers. Because if you still feel pulled by this old friend group and you're going to be trading off your goals just to hang around them, then you're already lost. You have to be willing to remove those people, to cut them off from your life, because they have no benefit for you. And potentially in time for you achieving success, you're actually going to inspire these people to change. So keep pushing forward. Then you're going to have these small wins phases where you finally start getting a little bit of results and people start noticing, and you're going to feel so much good. You're going to feel this confidence and you actually have something to look forward to, right? You already gotten your physique. You already live this life for Christ where people can notice this peace that you have going on, and they are just going to envy you. They are just going to envy that, oh, how have you gotten this physique? How have you become so disciplined? And you're going to be like, what do you mean, how did I got the physique and this discipline? Don't you see I do what you don't do? That's the first thing that's going to pop in your mind, because that is the truth. It's not that you are better than any person. It's that you do what they are not willing to do. It's so simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. But people love to overcomplicate this thing. You're going to also have this phase of silent work where you keep putting in the work, but you don't see the results. Tracking your food, going to the gym, training hard, praying, adopting good habits, and you're just going to feel that you're going crazy. And you're just going to want to go back to that old self. And you cannot listen to those thoughts. For so long, I just spiraled up in this vicious cycle. I had these massive goals to get in good shape, become a leader, start a business, start creating content, but I was putting them off because every single time I used to feel this strangeness that, oh, I'm going crazy. Nobody around me is doing this, so I'm crazy. I should just stop. So every single time I just felt that overwhelmness, I was going and giving into porn. And that went on for so long, I was progressing for 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then I was going back to that degenerate self. For 3, 4 days, I was soft with my work, with my prayer, and then again, getting back, having that motivation to keep working. But you cannot live this double life, one where you are following Christ, creating content, working hard, being disciplined, looking forward to your sleep, your nutrition, and so on and so forth. And on the other one, oh, I still give into porn. Oh, it's okay if I eat a bit of junk food. Oh, it's okay if I hang around once. Oh, it's okay if I sleep over. Oh, it's okay if that. No, you cannot live this double life. One in light and one in darkness. You can't live. There is no point in middle. And the worst part is being in the middle, being lukewarm, where you keep trying to make yourself feel good that you take these positive actions, but then those bad habits, they pull you off harder than all the work that you put in with those good habits. So they just pull you off. And you're always going to be like, you progress, and those bad habits, they pull you off. And you're again at the middle. Then again, you progress a bit, boom, they pull you again back to where you were. And that keeps going on unless you are surrendering your life and all your actions to God and you live fully into the light. That doesn't mean you're not going to sleep up, but I'm talking here when it comes about these vices like porn, drinking, smoking, hanging around people you shouldn't hang around with. Those things are pulling you off the most from achieving your goals. Now, if you sleep up that, for example, that's what I actually call sleep up now. You haven't recorded a video or you missed your wake-up time. You're not going to beat yourself up. You're going to do the next thing that is going to allow you to get to those goals. Those are not that of a big sleep up. You still shouldn't have the mindset to allow that happening in the first place, but those are not those vices that just pull you off back to who you were. You're still going to progress. And so when you start living in this light, you're going to see that you're going to achieve these goals that you have, that God has for you. You're going to progress so much more because you don't have that thing, that chain that keeps pulling you back. You're just going to skyrocket to that. That doesn't mean that the path is just going to be straight till success. It's still going to be ups, downs, maybe stagnant, and then you hit the goal. But you're going to get there because when you live in vices, when you still have vices, they just pull you back. They keep pulling you back and you can never achieve that target goal that God has in store for you. So you can't live this double life. You have to decide from now. What do you actually want? Do you actually want that success? Do you actually want to get the physique? Do you actually want to walk this path with God? Or you just keep lying to yourself, saving all these motivational quotes that my time is going to come. One day, someday, it's never going to come. That day is never going to come. Because just think about it. Your life right now is a direct reflection of all your actions. Whether you admit it or not, that's the harsh truth. Life is like a mirror. It shows you exactly who you are. If you are out of shape, it is because your habits are not in place. You still have those little cheat meals. You still smoke from time to time or drink, waste nights. And then you eat the beef and eggs and wonder, why don't you have the results? Or I have slept good for a week, for an entire week, and I still can't see the results. It is because you're not consistent. You can do good things, but if you keep doing all this bullshit that you think it's small, those things are actually going to pile up and they are going to build up. and erase pretty much everything you did good. So you have to align each and every single habit for you to achieve those goals you have. You can't live this soft life that, oh, I'm eating clean 80% and 20% I'm eating junk food. No. Can you still see progress doing that? Yes. But you're never going to achieve your highest version by you being 80%, 20%. And it goes for everything. You gotta be 100% willing to do what nobody else is doing for you to achieve those goals. So there have been these stages of loneliness, of cutting out people, feeling weird, feeling cringe, being made fun, being criticized, and all of them are normal. They are super normal. But once you hit success, everybody's just going to watch you and be like, yo, have this happened overnight? No, because you know very right that you deserve everything you have right now. You know exactly that you deserve that. You put in the work. And everybody sees the overnight success, but nobody sees the late nights, nobody sees the track meals, nobody sees the temptations you had to avoid to get in that shape. Nobody sees that. They just see the end product. That's the problem with social media. Everybody shows you what they have, the best of the best parts of their life. But their life is not like that. For most of the time, it sucks. It's lonely. You have to keep putting in work and you don't see the results. And you're also, on top of that, going to doubt yourself. And then again, to add on to that, other people are going to pour out their own insecurities and their own critiques upon you to try to pull you down. And you have to remove all those distractions and keep focusing on the work, even though it makes no sense. And by you doing that and showing up every single day, even though all odds are against you, you're going to win. So the mindset you need to have is you need to be willing to do what no one else is willing to do. And you're going to find success. It doesn't matter what that is, you're going to find success 100% guaranteed. And the thing is to not tie yourself to an outcome that you're going to get X, Y, and Z at that specific time, because that's not in your control. The only thing that is in your control is making the most out of the present time. Making sure that you give your best every single given moment that you have. So that's the only way you're actually going to match success. So everything at the beginning is going to suck. If somebody told you that it's not going to suck, that it's going to be easy, they just lied to you. They lied into your face. You cannot skip phases of your life. You cannot just skip steps and achieve success instantly without going through embarrassment, without going through trials, through tribulations, through being made fun of, to doubting yourself, to feeling lonely. You cannot skip steps. You cannot skip these phases of your life. So make sure that you keep putting one foot in the front of the other. And even though nothing makes sense, in time, you're going to get rewarded. I hope this helped out. I may just stumble a bit in my words, but I'm just getting better. With each and every single rep I do, with each and every single video that I record, I just become better. And I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this. Don't forget to subscribe. If you need any personal help on quitting vices, getting in the best shape of your life, transforming your health, and to skip this phase of doubting yourself, then just reach out onto my Instagram and DM me the word rebuild for you to have a structure and get towards those goals faster. To skip that step of having pain and being uncertain about what you do, of skipping the step of doubting yourself, because you're going to have an exact process on what you need to do, and all you have to make sure is that you execute on it. That's the only thing, and you're going to have success. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but having a structure is going to make things so much simpler, and you're going to get to those results so much faster. See you on to the next one.